Alright guys, so made it to the blind here. As promised, I'm going to go through this kit. This is an Alice back. I don't carry it with a frame. The frame's fine. If I had one, maybe I'd use it. I just like this because it packs down so small depending on the gear, and it seems like I always end up taking somebody that needs me to carry something for them. Alright, let's start with the outside packs here. I've got the compass pouch, which I use it as a catch-all in here. I've got some beeswax, cotton balls with petroleum on them. That beeswax will burn for a long time. Empty metal container for water. Thermos, 24-hour Stanley thermos. Really does last 24 hours. I've got my deer call, true talker. Make a variety of sounds. I've used them for ever since they came out. A couple bottles of water. Binocs, which they're cheap. That way I don't have to worry about breaking them. In this clip holder, I've got a flashlight, so you can find it easy when you're getting in the stand. And I've got some deer piss. Again, you want to keep that accessible, or else it doesn't do you any good, because then you make it to the stand and you remember you forgot to put it on. In this little pouch, I keep my writing material, some tags, and a bobby pin and a pencil. So that's a really nice area for that, easy to get to. And this pack was a gift from my brother, which I appreciate. This is my new Cabela's 3D leafyware system. It's really nice. So packs into itself. I've yet to use it. This is instant blind, and I cover up. I cover up with it if I get cold, or I'll cover my son up if he gets cold, and it's really big. So this is an old mud flap. It's wonderful. I mean, the ground's always wet, whether you know it or not. You set on your knees for 3-4 hours, you're going to find out it was wet. This is big enough for your butt. You could also store some tinder in there, or anything you need to. You can do whatever you want with it. It's real handy though, and it doesn't weigh hardly anything. Spare Ziploc bag. Keep some of those around. Desert camo. It's always nice to keep some light camo with you if you're wearing your dark, or dark if you're wearing your light, especially for where I hunt in Missouri. I don't know if you can see that. There's not a lot of trees anymore. Everybody's kind of switched over to switchgrass and native prairie grass, and this really blends in really well. Inside this area, let's see what we got. Inside this pack, got a turkey call, crystal waterproof turkey call. Striker I made from deer bone and some native oak. Got some sandpaper on that in the military earplug case. That fits in here like so. It's a little tight. Got an extra spare piece of paracord on there in case you need it. Let's see what we got in this one. In this one we've got some MRE stuff. We got some matches and kind of just a little doodad, some salt. It's nice for if you got toothache or a cut or something. Some coffee, so you could just, I mean, really, you could just eat that. I like coffee so much I could just eat that or chew it. And a wheat snack bread left over from MRE, which is nice. It doesn't seem like much, but boy, if you got bellyache out here, you'd be ready to eat anything. Okay, what's in here now? This kit is the little kit that I would take. It has everything that I need in it as far as emergency, non-emergency. Here's even a smaller kit of first aid type materials in there: aspirins, non-aspirin, butterfly closures, and then some of it's already out, easy to get to. I go hunting with my son a lot, or even friends get cut, and it's nice to have that out. Bigger bandages, gauze pads, tape to make my own, plenty of antiseptic wipes. Let's see what else we got in here. We got Strike Anywhere matches in this little pill container. I've got straight pins, fingernail clippers, and tweezers. Okay. Pack it in there later. This is a magnifying glass. I've actually had to use this to start a fire before down on the river when our lighters quit. Spare junk lighter, another set of tweezers. Let's see what's in here. In here we've got fire starting material. That's some more natural beeswax and cotton balls with petroleum on them. Either one of those are really good. I'd say the cotton balls start easier, but the beeswax burns way longer and actually smells nice. Plus you might have some bees come visit you, and then you can backtrack them and find out where their honey is. So that's my little first aid kit and emergency kit in that little container. And then I've got a hot hands that I've had for years and never used. I always tell myself that it could be colder the next day. So really, guys, you know, this is way more stuff than a guy needs. Let's see what's here. What do we got here? Maybe something, a compass. And see, you know, a compass is great, but I was born and raised here, and if I can't find myself to the road and from the road home, then I'm incapacitated to the point I can't use a compass. So that's why this is put up in there. It's more just to teach my son how to use a compass. So, like I said, I go hunting a lot of times with just my weapon and a knife. But if I can take everything I want to stay all day long, you know, this pack has it. And yeah, you could add more food, you could add more stuff, and I do. You could add some reading material, but I mean, I have a Kindle on my phone, so there's no real reason to do that. But you know, I'd like to think I could make it with this pack and a weapon, you know, indefinitely. I mean, if I needed to, this is way more than the Indians had to start out with, or anybody running from somebody. You know, most people don't even think how lucky they are to have a pair of shoes whenever they're, you know, out in a survival mode. But there's POWs that escaped that didn't have shoes, you know, and you wouldn't give a shit about any of this stuff if you didn't have shoes. So, alright guys, well, I appreciate your time. I got to get this mess packed up. Doe decoy and all this stuff I kicked out. Like I said, I've got other packs. I've got smaller, bigger, a lot of other stuff, but really none of this stuff is worth anything if you don't have it. And I'm not carrying this pack every time I leave my vehicle. So it kind of comes down to the skills that I know and what's in my pockets, which is always going to be a multi-tool and a wallet. So, alright.